Hi, it's Karen with the North Suburban YMCA. Thank you for joining me for Improve Your Balance. I'd like you to have a chair, and that's really all you need for class today. I'm going to turn my light on so it's a little bit brighter. And what we're going to do is we're going to work on exercises to improve your balance. You want some comfortable shoes and a chair, and that's all you need. We're going to start by walking forward and backward, using our fingertips on top of our chair just to help us with balance if we need it. Not need an aid for balance. You do not have to hold on to your chair, but you better not trip and fall. The whole point of this class is to help improve your balance, and having something to give you a little bit more security is never a bad thing. When walking forward, you want to look out in front of you slightly, about 10 feet in front of you. You can see tripping hazards farther out, but you want to be sure you're safe as you're walking and not looking straight down, because that pulls your head forward and changes your posture. You want to have your posture erect, with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your core engaged as you walk forward and backward. Now we're going to turn and walk sideways. So you're walking along that chair again, sideways. When you walk sideways, you want to try to keep your hips pointing straight ahead, and you want to have a slight bend in your knees. Don't block your knees as you walk sideways. Slight bend. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Always keep that core engaged. That helps to protect your low back. It also helps you to get your center of gravity coming from the center of your body. So you're working to try to keep yourself upright and to keep this part of your body helping you to balance. And we're going to go back to forward and backward again. So we did a little forward and backward, we did a little sideways, we're doing a little forward and backward again. If you have something else near you, like a bureau or a countertop or the back of a couch, and you can walk farther having your fingertips on that, by all means do that. We're going to use the chair to sit down and do some activities later, but if you have something else nearby that you could also use as a balance aid, you can certainly use that. Let's go back to sideways now. Hips are going to point straight ahead of you as you do your sideways move. They're soft the whole time. Core is engaged the whole time. Chest is up, shoulders are down. And again, that core is engaged. I'm going to turn sideways here so that I can go back to my chair. I'd like you to have something to have those fingertips on, just in case you lose your balance. All right, now we're going to change that sideways step to a lift and step over, and then you're going to bring the second leg, and then you're going to lift the first leg again, and then the second leg. I'd like you to lift your second leg just as high as you lift your first leg, like you're stepping over something. I'm going to demonstrate facing you so you can see the stepping over something. Stepping over something. Try to lift your first leg high and your second leg high. The first leg high and your second leg high. You get the idea. Stepping over and over and stepping over and over. If you want, you could try to make your step a little smaller and do 2 steps, like I was doing when I was facing my chair, which I will do again. So you're stepping over and over. Lifting those legs up high. Trying to keep your torso tall. I just looked at my camera and I saw that I had leaned forward slightly, so you want to think about staying tall. I'm worried about bumping into my chair with my knee. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. So I'm going to turn this way for a couple more. If you have fatigue and you can't do this anymore, you get to stop. Don't work any harder than your body wants you to work today. You must listen to your body. It's really important. Now we're going to do the same exercise forward. So you're going to step over. The second leg you can bring over, and then you can actually bring it in front, and then you can bring it back. And then bring your first leg back again. And you can start with the other leg. Step over. And you can even do a double step over. And then back. Good. Looking at my legs like I'm looking at your legs, trying to watch you balance. Your torso's tall, your shoulders are down, your belly is tight, and you're lifting that leg up over something. It could be, I'm going to face this way now so you can see, it could be a dog, it could be a puddle. Then you bring that second leg over. Go backwards, but when you go backwards, I want you to be holding onto the chair. If you don't feel comfortable stepping over something backwards, don't. Remember, your workout. Do what's comfortable for you. One more time. Forward. And then backward. Good. All right. The next one we're going to do is going to be sideways again. You're going to face your chair. I'm going to face you so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to step one foot in front and then step that foot behind. Step the other foot in front, behind. And then you could try it the other way. You could go, I'm going to move up a little. You could go behind first, and then in front. And then behind first, and then in front. So you're doing it facing your chair, and you're going to step in front and behind. In front, and then behind. You do not have to keep your hips facing forward now. They can turn as you do this exercise. In fact, you can have a little bit more weight on the balls of your feet than on the heels of your feet so that your body can shift through. Step in front and behind, or step in behind first and then in front. Whatever's going to make you challenge yourself, but not something that's going to make you fall. If you're doing this and you feel like you're going to trip, then just turn it back into the side step. That's just fine. You have to listen to your body. If you can do this challenge, it does make you challenge your balance more, and it's a thing that your body can practice while in a controlled environment, so that if you ever trip or stumble and your one foot ends up in front of or behind the other, you can come out of that because you've practiced it. Plus, this kind of loosens up the hips after doing the lifting that leg up and over, and after doing the sideways exercise, this kind of loosens them up. One more time. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. Good. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to try practicing our balance for a minute. So let me get my watch set. So you're going to have your chair next to you, and you're going to be lifting up the outside leg, so that if you were to fall this way, you could put your foot down. And if you're balancing and you fall this way, you've got your chair to hold on to. When you pick up the inside leg, if you go to fall this way, you've got nothing there. So I want you to pick up the outside leg. Torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. We're going to try to hold this leg up for a minute. Fingertips are touching your chair, and then you're going to lift up that outside leg. Here's what we're going to think about. The four corners on the bottom of your inside leg. One corner on either side of the ball of your foot, one corner on either side of the heel of your foot. Evenly distribute your weight on those corners. You're going to have a slight bend in that knee. You're going to tighten your thigh and your glute with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. All right, enough talk. Let's go. Ready, get set. Lift up your outside leg so you've got your fingertips on that chair. If this is comfortable for you, try moving your leg into a different position. It doesn't have to stay where you first lifted it the whole time. In fact, that's usually the easiest position for us to balance. That's the most natural, so change it up. Move it someplace else. Again, only if it's easy. If it's challenging enough like this, work on that. Otherwise, you can move that other leg around as you need to. You could try lifting your fingertips off of the chair and having them just above the chair. You could try moving your other arm around. Remember, this knee needs to be soft. Think about the four corners on the bottom of this foot with your chest up, your shoulders down, and your belly tight. Move your arm and your leg. You could also try looking around. That can also change the way your body is experiencing this balancing exercise. You could also try closing your eyes. And we are done with our minute. So let's march our legs and let's do the other side. I'm going to move my chair. You can do that as well, or you can turn around. That is up to you. You don't have to face me, but I want to be able to see you. All right, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Soft knee of the leg you're standing on. Remember, you're going to stand on the leg that's closest to the chair. Think of the four corners on the bottom of that foot. Ready, get set. Let's pick up our outside leg. Your torso's tall, your shoulders are down, your core is engaged. Belly button to your spine. Remember, if this is easy, then you can add challenge. You can move that leg to a different position. Whatever's going to be challenging for you, but not uncomfortable for you. You can lift that hand off of that chair and have it just above the chair. Make sure the chair's nearby so you can grab it if you fall this way. If you fall this way, you can put your foot down. Try moving your arm around. You can try moving your arm and your leg around. They could be together and coordinated, or they could be not together and doing different things from each other. Try looking around. That changes how your body is understanding where you are in space. And then again, you could close your eyes. You could close your eyes, look around, move your arms and legs. You challenge you and do what's best for you. Did you catch that I just used my chair? Feel free to use your chair. We are done. March your legs. Feel free to put your foot down when you need to. Okay, let's bring our chair back to the first side or turn around again. And we're going to stand on that leg closest to the chair again. What we're going to do now is we are going to bring that leg out and in. It's called a hip abduction. This knee needs to be soft. Think of the four corners on the bottom of this foot, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. And we're going to bring that leg out and in. Hip abduction, we're working these muscles here and these muscles here, as well as the muscles in your ankles and your knees. But you are holding your body and you're holding yourself steady. Using this leg to balance on, lifting this leg up and down. So this leg is working too, not just this leg, because this leg is stabilizing you and keeping you here. Remember, your chest is up, your shoulders are down, and your core is engaged. Bring your belly button to your spine. If you make the TH sound like you were saying think, or thank, or thunk, that TH sound gets your transverse abdominals engaged, and I want you to engage them the whole time. This leg is going out and in at a comfortable pace for you. You don't have to be doing it in motion with me. You do it at a pace that works for you. If you fatigue, you stop. Just stand or march around, and we are done. Now we're all going to march around. Turn around and face the other direction or move your chair again. And now we're going to stand on this leg. Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Soft knee. Four corners of that foot, evenly distributing your weight. Ready, get set. Lift up your other leg. Your belly button is to your spine. Your core is engaged. Oh, sorry, you're not just lifting. You're going out and in. My apologies. Out and in. Hip abduction. Hopefully you started without me. If you didn't, I'm going to go a little longer to make up for the couple of seconds that I was not paying attention to what I was doing. Soft knee. Four corners. Core engaged. Use that chair. Try to stand as straight as you can, but I'm okay if you've got a bit of a lean. That's all right. Remember, if you start to fall to the side that's by the chair, use the chair. If you start to fall the other way, put your foot down. Soft knee. Tight thigh, tight glute. Tight core. Chest up, shoulders down. Leg is going out and in. You might feel it on this leg more because first you worked it and now you're having to balance on it. This leg you may not feel as much as you might think. All right, my watch is going off. I'm doing a couple more. All right, march your legs. Good work. Bring your chair back to the first side or turn around again. And now what we're going to do is we're going to lift up that leg and bend and straighten it. All righty, so torso tall, shoulders down, belly tight. We're only going to do it 10 times, and we'll do 10 times on the other leg. Back and forth a few times, okay? So this knee will be soft. Think of the four corners on the bottom of this foot, but tighten your thigh and your glute, as well as your abs with your chest up and shoulders down. Lift your leg up. Here we go, 10 times. 9, 8, 7. Use the chair if you need to for balance. 5, 4, good. 3. If you need to stop, do. You don't have to do all 10. 0. Good job. March your legs. Turn around or move your chair. Tell you what, it's a good core workout. You keep moving that chair. Always keep your shoulders down and use your core. You can slide yours on the floor. I've got a carpet underneath my chair and I've got pads because this chair usually sits on a wood floor. So I like to lift it up so I don't scrape off my pads. Okay, soft knee, tight thigh, tight glute, tight belly, chest up, shoulders down, four corners on the bottom of this foot. Ready, lift up the other one. Here we go. 1, 2, shoulders are down. Don't lean forward or back. Good, we're halfway through. 6, soft knee, four corners on the bottom of this foot, evenly distributing your weight. We are done. March your legs. Okay, guess what? Bring it back again to the first side. And we're now going to do actually, I'm going to have you actually face your chair. We are going to do hip extension, meaning bringing your hip behind you, using your glute muscles, not your hamstrings right now, although your hamstrings will engage. You're going to put the top of your foot on the ground, and then you're going to lift that leg up off the ground using your buttock muscles, keeping your core tight. Ready? And let's do this one for a minute. Get set, go. The reason we didn't do that last one for a minute is because we already always lift our leg up in front of us. I wanted to work that quad, but we don't need to be holding that leg up for a whole minute. These muscles in front get used every step you take when you walk forward, which, let's face it, is the way you usually walk, is forward. So they're already pretty strong. And then when you sit, they're bent, and they are in their shortest position. So we don't need to do that a whole lot. I was trying to get that quad, but we don't need to do a lot of the hip flexor. These muscles back here don't get used much at all. How often do you ever do this? If your low back is getting tired, really push your belly button into your spine. And if your back gets too tired to continue, by all means stop. Otherwise, you're lifting from the glute. These are weak muscles in most of the American population. And these muscles get stretched out when we sit. These muscles get used all the time and get tight. These muscles don't get used and get stretched out. So we need to work on strengthening these, which is why we're doing it for the minute. Let's march those legs. Our minute is up. And then we're going to do the other leg. So you don't have to move your chair. You're just going to put the other leg behind you with your toe resting on the ground. Your chest up, your shoulders down. Push your belly button to your spine. You're going to use this glute now to lift that leg up and down. Let's go. Up and down. Think about the four corners of the bottom of the foot, of the leg you're standing on. Make sure this knee is soft. If you're lifting from this glute, make sure your belly is tight. If your back gets tired, take a break. And if you need to stop, stop. The most important thing that you can do is listen to your body. Lifting up, chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. So this is a strengthening exercise. We've done some balance exercises. We are now in our strengthening exercises. Don't worry, we'll do more balance exercises, and we'll do more strengthening exercises, and we'll do some stretching as well. Those are called flexibility exercises. Check and see how far we've come in class. All right. We have 5 seconds left in this exercise. Unless you're fatigued, which means you just can't do anymore or something hurts, march your legs. If you're fatigued, then you get to stop. All right, we're going to do another balance exercise. You're going to take one foot, put it in front of you. You're going to touch the heel of that foot to the toes of the other foot. You're going to stand nice and tall. Okay? Facing you because you're probably facing me. You can bring your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. Try to evenly distribute your weight on both feet. Fingertips are going to be on that chair. And then you're going to close your eyes for a minute. Ready? Get set. Go. Close your eyes for a minute. And so if you did have your eyes closed, you didn't see me just fall into my chair. I didn't fall, but I had to use my chair for balance. Your chest is up, your shoulders are down, your core is engaged. Think about where your weight is falling. Is it all on the back leg? Is it all on the front leg? Distribute it on both legs. Are you pushing on your chair? Try to use that chair just to tell you where you are in space. Try to concentrate on how you feel the ground underneath your 2 feet. Now you're thinking about the 8 corners, 4 on your front foot, 4 on your back foot, and evenly distributing your weight on those 8 corners and trying to feel the floor come up through. Where are you in space? We're trying to get used to being aware of where we are in space without the use of our eyes, which are a huge tool for balance, but we're trying to get in tune with the rest of the parts of our body that we use for balance. proprioception, or awareness of your body in space. And the more you're aware, we are done, you can open your eyes, the more you're aware of where you are in space, the more adept you'll be at understanding where you are, even if it's dark, or you have to close your eyes for some reason, or you've got clouded vision for some reason. You'll have that feeling through the bottoms of your feet. Put the other foot in front now. You don't have to turn around, just put the other foot in front. Again, the heel of the front foot is touching the toes of the back foot. Chest is up, shoulders are down, belly is tight. Ready, get set, close your eyes. So again, feel where you are in space. I just discovered, boy, I had all my weight on my back foot, so I put half my weight on my front foot. Keep your chest up and your shoulders down, your belly button to your spine, that core is engaged. Breathe. Think about those 8 corners. I shifted back on my back leg again. I put some more weight now on my front leg. Trying to evenly distribute my weight, easy for me to say, on the 8 corners of my feet. So how does that feel to you? Are your ankles working a lot? Are the bottoms of your feet working a lot? The more you hold on to your chair, the less you need those. So you challenge you. If you can do this with just your fingertips touching the chair, it forces you to pay more attention to what's touching the ground and what's working up from there. But if that's too challenging, feel free to hold on to that chair, and we are done. Open your eyes. Good job. Okay, we're going to do another strengthening exercise. We're going to do everybody's favorite, the lunges. So I'm going to move my chair up a little bit so that I have some room to put my leg back behind me. Okay, when you're lunging, you want your feet in line with your hips. You don't want to try to lunge lining your feet up behind each other. You want to have your foot back in line with your hips. So you're going to step one foot back as far as you comfortably can. Now I'm going to demonstrate it from the side. My front leg, my back leg. I'm stepping back as far as I comfortably can. My back heel is up. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to work on balancing with my heel up. We're going to do 10 lunges in a row if you can. So join me when you're ready. You're going to come down and up. Do you need to go all the way to the floor? No. Do you need to do it if it hurts? No. If this hurts your front knee, or your back knee, or your hip, or your ankle, or your toes, or the bottom of a foot, then you need to stop and take a break. You can just hold yourself in this position. One more is 10. And we're going to switch legs. You do not have to turn around. Remember, your feet are hip width apart. Your back heel is up. Your shoulders are down. You're going straight up and down. Your torso is tall. Okie dokie. We're going to bend both knees. Here we go. Remember, you only go as deep as you comfortably can. You do not have to go all the way to the floor. I do not want you to be in any pain. I want you to pay attention to your front knee right now and make sure that it doesn't go in front of your front toes. As you bend down, I'd like you to get both knees to 90 and not have the knee of the front leg go in front of the front toes. One more is 10. Good. All right, now we're going to do it again. So, first leg goes back. Roll your shoulders back and down. Get that torso tall. Make sure that back heel is up off the ground. If lunging hurts and you can be in this position, just be in this position. If that doesn't work for you, then you just get to take a break while we lunge. A little break, right? Chest up, shoulders down, belly tight. Here we go. 10 times. If you can. If you can't, don't. Remember, your front knee doesn't go in front of your front toes. You bend both knees only as far as you comfortably can. We're getting a stretch here on the front of the hip of the leg that is back. You're using that leg for balance. One more. And come on up. All right. Second leg now. The leg goes back. The heel is up. The shoulders are down. Remember, this knee doesn't go in front of your toes. Here we go. Down and up. 10 times. If you can. If you can't, that's okay. You just do as many as you can. Try to use your chair only for balance, not holding on to it with a death grip. 2 more. 1 more. Come on up. If that's something that you can't do because it's hard, not because it hurts, then I'd like you to practice that more frequently during the week. Give it a try. Do some lunges. Lunges are very functional. You don't think about it, but especially if you start to slip and fall, that lunge is a position that you would be in to catch yourself. What we're going to do now is a sideways squat. So we just lunged. Now we're going to squat. Lunging with strength and balance. So is this. So what you're going to do is you're going to face your chair. But you're going to be a little far away from your chair. You're going to take a step wide, and you're going to squat. You're going to come back up. Bring your leg together. Notice as I do this, squat wide, come down, come up, together. As I do this, my tush goes back. My knees don't go in front of my toes. You don't have to go real deep. We're just practicing a side step squat. So it turns it into a bit more of a balance exercise when you do that side step. Squat, come up and come back in. I'm demonstrating from the front. You know how we talk about those four corners on the bottoms of your feet? I'm demonstrating from the front so that you can see if I have the weight evenly distributed on the four corners of my feet, my knees point straight ahead. If I put more weight on that inside of my feet, my knees come together. Ouch, not what we want to do. If I put more weight on the outside of my feet, my knees go out. Ouch, not what we want to do. So when you step, evenly distribute the weight on those four corners and go down with your knees pointing straight ahead. Good, and one more. Now, pay attention to the leg that you stepped out with. We're going to do the other one now. So we'll use my handy dandy countertop here. You're going to step forward with the other leg. Tush goes back. Come back up. Bring your leg in. Remember, we're working on balance. Down, up, in. I'll demonstrate from here now. Stepping, knees are pointing straight ahead. Coming back together. Stepping, knees are pointing straight ahead. Coming back together. Step, point. Remember, four corners of your feet are evenly distributing your weight. Good. Three more and we're done, unless you've hit fatigue and you're too tired or something hurts or you're using other parts of your body that you shouldn't be using. It's hurting you or something, your back or whatever. We are done. Good job. If it starts to hurt, you're done. If you get too tired, you're done. You can always practice these more later on. You can watch this video over and over again and practice these exercises over and over again. All right, we're going to do like we do in class. We're going to do our clocks. Let's do them sideways to your chair, though. So you're going to stand on the leg that's closest to the chair, and you're going to think of your knee as being soft. Concentrate on those four corners with your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. And I want you to tap in front of you to midnight, and 12:30, and 1 o'clock, and 1:30, 2 o'clock, 2:30. You might even get a 2:45 in there. And then 3 o'clock. I'm going to move my foot up. 3:30, 4 o'clock. So you're bringing that leg around. This leg you're balancing on. You're bringing it around from midnight to 6 o'clock. And then from 6 o'clock to 5:30 to 5:25 to 5 to 4:30 to 4 to 3:30 to 3:15. To 3 is straight out to your side. To 2:30, you get the picture. You're working your way again. You're working on balance. You've got that hand. You've got that leg. Remember, this knee is soft. Thinking about those four corners. Excellent. All right, let's switch sides. You can turn around. Again, I'd like you to move the leg that's furthest from the chair, or you can move your chair. Standing on the inside leg with a soft knee. Concentrate on those four corners. You've got your chair for balance. Up a little bit again, and here we go. Tap in front at 12, 11:30, 11. Soft knee of the leg that you're standing on. At 9 o'clock, 8:45, 8:30, 7:37. Good. Working my way back, going straight back, and then I'm going to move my way back up. Thinking about those four corners. When I was holding onto my chair, I was noticing I was really rolling to the outside two corners of the leg that I was standing on. So now I'm concentrating on getting a little bit more weight on the inside two corners. Remember, your torso is tall, your shoulders are down, your Belly is tight. Don't really care how many you do. If you're finished, you can do a few more. Go to 369, 963, or I guess it would be midnight, 9 and 6. All right, march those legs. Anyway, you knew what I meant, I hope anyways. Okay, good. So we've worked on a good number of balance exercises. We've worked on a good number of strength exercises. We have 15 minutes left in class. I want to use our chair now for a little bit, and we're going to do another strength exercise. Then we're going to do some stretching exercises. So I'm going to set my chair up here. I'm going to face you. I want you to stand with the backs of your legs touching your chair. You've got your lower leg touching that chair. Your feet are going to be hip width apart. And I want you to sit down in that chair. And I want you to concentrate on your knees. Take a look at your knees as you go up and down. Yes, you can use your thighs to help you. Yes, you can use the arms of the chair to help you if you have arms on your chair. Yes, if there's a table nearby, you could push up off of that table. What we're going to concentrate on right now is keeping your knees pointing straight ahead by having your weight evenly distributed on the four corners on the bottoms of each foot. Remember, if you roll to the inside two corners, those knees come together. If you roll to the outside two corners, those knees go apart. So as you look down at yourself, if you see your knees coming apart, go, oh yeah, I need to get my inside two corners down. And vice versa, if you notice your knees are coming together, especially as you get close to the bottom here, try to get those outside corners down. All right, that's demonstrating from the front. The thing I want you to pay attention to from the side, touching that chair, is I want your tush to go back and your knees to not go in front of your toes. So this is what it looks like from the side. Tush goes back. Remember, you can use your thighs. Knees stay behind your toes. That's what you're concentrating on. Let's do a few more. You're concentrating on your knees staying behind your toes by pushing your tush back. You're concentrating on your knees staying straight ahead like headlights by thinking of those four corners. Lower and raise. Just do as many as you can. If it's started to hurt anywhere, knees, ankles, bottoms of your feet, low back, stop. Otherwise, give me a few more. Do as many as you can. You can practice this exercise anytime. It is incredibly functional. For those of you who take my class regularly, you know what we talk about. You have to do this exercise several times a day. More if you're a woman, possibly less if you're a man, unless you're really unstable and you need to sit, or if you like to sit, when you go to the bathroom, you need to be able to squat to a chair and come back up. The more you practice, the easier it gets, unless it hurts too much, in which case we're all going to sit down now, in which case we're going to do another strengthening exercise that strengthens your quads. And remember I talked about how your hip flexors are in their shortest position when you sit? Look how bent those hip flexors are. Think about how stretched out your buttocks are, okay? We're going to work on an exercise now to strengthen our quads without using too much hip flexor. So your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. You're kind of plant one leg, the other leg you're going to straighten and bend, straighten and bend. Using your quads to lift that leg up and down. You should feel this in the top of your thigh. Switch up a little bit on my chair because my chair is nice and long, but it feels weird when I try to straighten that leg because my whole back leg is touching that chair. That feels a little bit better. Good. Quad is engaged. Torso's tall. Shoulders are down. Belly is tight. All right, let's switch legs. Other leg now. Straighten and bend. I'm actually going to switch back just a little. Straighten, bend. Torso is tall. Shoulders are down. Belly is tight. Your quad muscles. If you put your hands on your thighs, you should feel those muscles working. If your hip flexors start to get tired, take a break. You could also scooch back on your chair more. Hamstrings are very tight today. I feel like I can't get my leg all that straight. But I am actively stretching my hamstrings while I work my quadriceps. Good job. One more. Now what we're going to do is we're going to alternate legs. So you're going to do one leg, now the other leg, now the first leg, now the second leg. So if you have your hands on your thighs, you'll feel one leg will tighten, then the other leg will tighten. You're stretching out the back of your thighs. It's called an active stretch. You are not using these muscles. If they're helping, make them let go and engage these muscles. Use these to get your leverage to get that leg up and down. Good. One more. All right, now we're going to do some exercises for these muscles out here. Not some exercises, one exercise. I'm going to scooch back forward on my chair a little bit. I'm going to put my hands on the outside of my thighs. Bring my chest up, my shoulders down, my belly tight. I'm leaning forward only from my hips. I'm not rounding my back. So forward from your hips. Hands on the outside of your thighs. You're going to try to push your hands together while you try to push your thighs out. All right? Shoulders are down, belly is tight. Ready? Get set, go. You won't see any movement. You're just pushing as hard as you can. I don't want it to hurt anything. If it hurts your shoulder, or it hurts your elbow, or it hurts your wrist, or it hurts your back, you get to stop. Otherwise, we're pushing to try to build the strength on the outside of our thighs, and we're using our chest and our arms to try to push those knees together. See which can win. Can your knees push out more? Can your hands push in more? It's an isometric contraction it ends up being for both, meaning tightening those muscles without moving. If you find you are holding your breath, breathe. Talk back to me. Tell me things. In and out. Relax. Good. Okay, so you should have felt that across here and out here. Now we're going to do the opposite. You're going to make fists, and you're going to put those fists between your knees, and you're going to try to push your knees together while you try to push your arms out. Make sure your chest is up and your shoulders are down. Otherwise, they're going to creep up towards your ears. Keep them down. We're using our upper back to try to push those arms out. Ready? Get set, go. So again, you're pushing your hands into your knees. You're using your upper back, your triceps, your inner thighs. You're using your core. Keep that chest up, your shoulders down, your belly button to your spine. Squeeze those knees in, push those hands out, and breathe. The nose, out through the mouth. Good again. Don't hold your breath, especially during isometric contractions. It's not good for your blood pressure. It's not good for your heart. And we are done. Relax. So hopefully you felt that out here and back here and in here. All right, very good. Look at our timing. Okay, we're going to stretch now. So we're going to take an ankle and put it on a thigh. So if you can sit here and lift this ankle up and put it on your thigh, great. If not, then what you're going to do is straighten out that leg, put your ankle on your ankle. And then if that's pretty easy and you can move it up a little, you're going to slowly but surely move it up until you can get that ankle on your thigh. You can do it with the leg out, that's fine. You can also do it by bringing that leg up eventually. You want to sit as straight and erect as you can without rounding your back. If you have to round your back, you can try having that leg lower. If you get it up there with your back rounded a little bit and it doesn't bother you, I'm okay with that. I want your chest up, your shoulders down. And then if you feel really flexible, you could lean forward slightly. Only from the hips though. Don't round that back. We're stretching out here. You might be feeling this in your low back too. This is a great stretch to do if you've been out walking a lot or standing a lot and your low back gets tired. If you can find a place to sit, put your ankle on your thigh, you'll stretch those muscles out. All right, let's switch sides. You're going to put that foot down. You're going to bring the other leg up. And remember, if you can't do it up here, go ahead and straighten out that leg and put your ankle on your thigh, and then slowly but surely work your way up, and then eventually, maybe, you'll be able to bring the leg in. You'll notice on me, this leg is tighter. It doesn't get as low as the other one. That's okay. That's just who I am. Working on increasing my flexibility. How do I do that? By practicing these exercises. Remember, your chest is up, your shoulders are down. Keep that belly engaged. Try to not round your back if you can help it. Sit up as straight as you can. And then if you feel like you can get more of a stretch by leaning forward some only from your hips, not by rounding your back. Push that knee down. As far as mine goes, don't force it if it doesn't go any farther than that. That's not our objective here. Our objective is to stretch, not to strain. Shoulders are down. All right, now we're going to stretch our hamstring. That's the back of your thigh. So scooch up on your chair towards the front of your chair. You're going to take one leg and put it in front of you. You're going to pull the toes of that leg up. That leg is straight. Sitting up tall, bending forward only from the torso, you can reach down towards your toes. I cannot reach my toes. So I'm going to just sit like this. You can lie down and put your fingers on your toes. Terrific. Doesn't work for me. I have to sit like this. I am getting enough of a stretching my hamstring. Good enough for me. Stretch your hamstring too. All right, let's switch sides. Left leg goes in front. That leg gets as straight as you can get it. Pull your toes towards your head. Sit up nice and tall. And if you can, gently come forward a little bit. Try to do so only from the hips, not by rounding your back. Pull that toe towards your head. I'll let you in on a little secret. I fractured my rib last week, so some of these things go crunch a little bit when I do them. Doesn't hurt necessarily, it just doesn't feel right. Okay, so I'm sitting up as straight as I can because it makes it less weird things. Fewer weird things, not less weird. It's just not as many times. So you can lean forward if that works for you. It does not work for me, especially today. It's the way it goes sometimes. All right, let's bring that leg up. Okay, we're going to do some calf stretches while seated. We're going to pull our toes up toward our knees. So you're lifting your toes up and you're stretching out the back of your thighs, your lower leg, and you're strengthening the muscles on the front of your lower leg. So you're strengthening your shin muscles, you're stretching your calf muscles. Pull those toes up, bring your chest up, your shoulders down, your belly tight. This is an excellent exercise to do when you're sitting, watching television, and doing different things. Its counterpart, the heel raise, is also a good exercise to do. So let's alternate now. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Most of us can get our heels higher than we can get our toes. However, being able to lift your toes up helps to prevent tripping hazards. So if you want to prevent a tripping hazard, practice lifting those toes up. You can also do this today, but if you look at some of our other classes, we often will do this exercise standing. It's easier to do seated. It's harder to do standing, but it's important to practice lifting those toes up. Let's do 10 times in a row, just toes. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And if you didn't get to join me right away, let's do a couple for good luck. Good. Now let's do 10 heel raises. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 toe raises. 10, 9, you got it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, close your eyes. I'm going to challenge you to lift up the toes of your right foot and the heel of your left foot, and then put them down. Then the toes of your left foot, the heel of the right foot, and then put them down. Now toes and toes on both feet, and down. Heels on both feet, and down. Toes on the right foot, heel on the left foot, and down. Toes on the left foot, heel on the right foot, and down. Both toes, both heels. Both toes, both heels. Toes on the right foot, heel on the left foot, down. Toes on the left foot, heel on the right foot, down. Toes on the right foot, heel on the left foot, and down. Toes on the left foot, heel on the right foot, and down. Now, 2 toes, 2 heels. Right toes, left heel. Right toes, left heel. One more time. Right toes, left heel. Now switch. Left toes, right heel. Left toes, right heel, and down. Left toes, right heel, and down. Both toes 3 times. 2, 1. Both heels 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Right toes, left heel, and down. 2 times toes and heel, and down. Right toes, left heel 3 times, and down. 2 more. Right toes, left heel, down. Right toes, left heel, and down, and switch. Left toes, right heel. Left toes, right heel. Again, 3 and 4. 1 more. Left toes, right heel. Now 5 toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, you can open your eyes now. How does that help you with balance? It's again getting your body aware of what you're doing in space without using your eyes. You'd be amazed at how, even though you're not standing up and balancing, your eyes still help you do things. If you close them, it takes things out. All right, we are at 45 minutes. I hope you got a good workout with me today. I hope you will practice these exercises on your own. I want you to stay strong. I want you to stay balanced. I want you to feel good. And I want to see you again at the Y soon. Take care. Thanks for joining me again.